What's happening, everybody? Another green day in the markets. It seems CAS is just not stopping. We did CAS yesterday. It's flying. We spoke about Render yesterday, AVAX, FTM. All these things are still absolutely ripping. I'm asking myself, is there one more push before we get this pullback? I mean, surely this can't continue. Surely it cannot continue much further. So these are the questions I'm asking today. I've got ETH, Sol, Phantom, AVAX, Rune, Render, and Fetch for you. I know Dave has just gone long in a sand position. He's going to tell you about that. Bruce has got his eyes all over MATIC. We've got a lot to get through. We're going to look at these BTC levels. I see we've just had a nice bounce. So let's get right into it. So while we've been sitting around waiting to get cracking here, I've been watching BTC bleeding down onto this trend and 382 retest, and the science has come into play for now. So we did get our bounce. We got our horizontal 382 and trend bounce on BTC, and so far so good with that. We saw at the same time a lot of these altcoins, there was a mini pullback, little stop hunt. A lot of these alts started bouncing on 382s. I saw Sol on a short time frame bouncing on a 382. We had Fetch 382. We had a good bounce on ETH as well, and I think AVAX. So we're going to pull that one up. So levels I'm watching now for today for BTC, this is my zone as we speak. So we did get a nice little buy up here off this 382 bounce. So my low for the day is 36,440 that I now have my eyes on. If we do dip lower, we've still got this region here, this 36K region, and look how nicely it's starting to tie in with this rising trend as well. So if BTC does fall over some more, we're going to feel a little bit of pain in these altcoins, but when we are looking for a recovery bounce, we're going to look to where these altcoins are tying in with BTC potentially bouncing on this trend and 618 here. So this is where I've got my eyes for today for the lows. And then again, we don't really want to go this dark. We don't want to go this deep, but we do have to keep these levels in mind. So 35 and 34,500. Higher up, I want to take out this 38K, and I still have more bullish targets for BTC. I still want to see it go higher. I don't think we are done yet. We do have this ETF situation potential news tomorrow that's probably not coming. Is it going to be a sell-off? We're not sure. They announced who knows what's going to happen with these guys, but I am expecting some kind of move here. So let's zoom out quickly on BTC, and I've identified some targets. If we do get upside, you can see we are hugging on the 3-day, we are hugging these support areas at the moment here. So we are above this area. We want to just hold this, and I'm looking at this 41K as a target. That's a 786 fib pool, and then higher up from the absolute highs of BTC in November 21, I've got 48,600 as a very very bullish target, but right now I'm locking in the 40,000 region. So that is what I'm looking for, provided BTC can behave and hold some levels. Then with regards to dominance, this is the dominance weekly. Again, not much to talk about here on the weekly time frame, but I do want to see this dominance push a little bit lower, perhaps to this trend, and that can maybe unlock these alts for one final push for us. Right now, you can see the dominance is fighting this 50-day MA currently, so it is trying to climb up higher, but we want to see it just drift a little bit lower. Now, I do have an interesting chart that I borrowed from Ben Cowan. I was watching him earlier today, and he pulled up a total 3 chart versus BTC, and this is essentially the other altcoins excluding ETH versus BTC pairs, and this is looking quite bullish. He was talking about it potentially dipping lower, but what I want to show you guys here is for this potential move higher, we do have this double bottom on this pairing, and it's fighting the 200-day MA currently. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you get a better perspective. And why do I think there's potentially one more push? Well, I do like the idea of popping this 200-day MA and just pushing this into this horizontal region here at this 0.5 level. So I think there might be a little bit of gas in the tank left, and it might go to things like Sol, Rune, Render, which you see is now moving as well. So I'm watching these closely. And then the total 3, again, the altcoin altcoin cap. We are looking at this. We have broken through, as you know, we spoke about this one yesterday. We broke through. We've got the 200-week MA pulling us here for support, and this horizontal region at 405. So potentially one more push in play. I'm going to cover you guys here with some bigger picture stuff, and we're going to dial in again. So I do have a poll running at the moment. I did put it in the YouTube, so let me know what type of trader you are. I want to know, the guys that are watching here, I want to know what type of trader you are. Are you the 15-minute guys? Are you the daily guys? Are you investors? What are you doing? And tell me your style, and we're going to look at this poll in a couple of minutes. Let's get stuck into the first one, and I think the one we need to talk about urgently is this RUNE, because it's not stopping. They've just carried on now today. Let me know in the chat, is anyone here still in this RUNE? Are you scalping it? What are you guys doing here? I mean, this is absolute beast mode. The target here for RUNE, and I was saying this earlier today, is still the 7.77. We touched on this briefly yesterday. This is still hot for me, 7.77, but it's about getting an entry. I mean, this candle is parabolic, basically vertical. It's very difficult to get your entries, but for the scalpers, I do have something for you that you can play around with. We've just got something as simple as a rising trend on the 15 minutes that's been playable, and you can see a typical crypto move here. These guys love a little fake out of these trends before they send it higher. So they come because they know everyone is trading these trends, and they're banging their stops just under these regions. So what do? They come and they flush you out quickly, take your stops, and then they send these coins. So you need to learn pretty quickly that this is typical crypto stuff going on here. So if you were longing the trend, well, they know you're longing the trend. So what they're going to do is they're going to come for your stops, and they're going to flush you out, and then they're going to send you. So just be aware of this type of action in the crypto game. And right now, RUNE is it's on a rising trend. So as we go, the trend is cruising up, and we just keep taking a ride along with this trend. When we start losing the trend is when we start looking at downside targets and things falling over. So eventually it is going to lose this trend, and then we're going to look at things like that, and it's going to start drifting lower. When is that going to happen? It's difficult to say. And how deep will that dip be? Well, we're going to identify nice solid horizontal areas. So if it does lose the trend, we're going to look for areas where we can get that bounce for you guys. But right now we are in an upward trend, and no reason for me why we're not going to go up to the 7.77 region. So that is what I'm watching for RUNE. And yeah, if BTC bounces 382 where we are right now, and we get the push we want, that's what I'm eyeing out for RUNE pretty quickly. Guys, let me know what's going on in the chats here. I see Dynaway says dump coming, Alt-Bears, RUNE hitting resistance. It depends what time frame you're watching there, Chris. Guys, let's see. Chaos says he's a degen trader. We're going to try get him in today. Where is Chaos, guys? Let me know. Is he joining us today? Mike says Dill's the MMA of crypto. Marvin is a short trader. Do you take shorts, or do you just trade very short moves? Dynaway sold 50% of his RUNE. Probably not a bad idea. You're probably so far in profit. It is probably time to bank a little bit there. Is Render stopping this week? Well, I'm going to show you Render, guys. I've got it prepped for you. So we spoke about that yesterday. I mean, we just touched the surface there yesterday on Render, and I've prepped 3 charts for you. So I've got a chart for everybody from the swing traders to the degens. I've got a Render chart for you. So take a look at what's happening. This is just actually rejected right now. So this was an important area I wanted to show you. If you are long Render, you are now on the weekly running into a weekly resistance area. So again, exercise caution in this region. You can see this is quite a heavy resistance area. So when we look at these weeklies, we know they are pretty strong. If we do get a break and a push higher, the most obvious target for me right now would be a look at this weekly rising trend at about 4.29, 4.3, and that ties in with that little weekly block over here in that region. So on the weekly, this is how I'm playing Render. We do need to break higher though and get some support, and then we can send it up. So let's keep our eyes on that, and we can dial in a little bit to try and find these type of setups. So this is where we were yesterday. This all started a couple of hours before we went on yesterday. We had this little move down here. This is the render 8 hour. We had the trend break. Then we banged into the resistance, danced around here. Yesterday, I said to you guys, this is the target for this little pop 2.6. We got the target. We got the pullback. And then they absolutely sent this thing. And this must have something to do with that Binance listing in Japan, I believe it was. So guys in the chats, let us know if that did have anything to do with this, because I see Fetch is also pumping again, and that is an AI token. So maybe there's something going on there. I see we got some render fans here. Dustin's loving it. Dustin, are you long and strong? We're going to look at this poll shortly. I'm just reading some of these chats here. Oh, the Pepe boys are coming back. I think we need to do a section. We need to do a show on just these memes. I want to tackle Bonk, which is that Solana ecosystem meme coin. We need to do Bonk. We need to do Pepe. We need to do Doge. We need to look at a lot of these memes. I think we're going to dedicate a session to that and get them all done so you guys know where you are. Ocean, yes, another AI token. That is one to look at. Okay, so let's move into my next one. So we've seen a lot of strength in Solana, AVAX, Phantom. I did want to let's go through AVAX. AVAX pushing hard again. We saw that news yesterday. It was quite bullish. They're doing things with JP Morgan or it was Citibank or one of those. But anyway, the market's loving that at the moment for AVAX. So we are still in this resistance area. And I was saying earlier today in the Sniper Club, we are looking for a pop higher up. Then we want to get some support to confirm, and then we want to send AVAX higher. So right now it is pushing into a resistance zone, and the best way to deal with this now, if you're looking at on the daily, your main pullback zone on the daily is going to be this region, anywhere around 20 to 20, call it 20 to 22 is your pullback area that you're looking for on AVAX. So this is if we get a daily pullback. Now the DGens want to know, how do we get into this thing if this thing's going to pop? And if we are at resistance, how do we play this? So I have built a little 1 hour setup for you guys to play around with. And you can see what's going on here. We've got a bit of a flag forming on AVAX. So we could have something brewing here in the short term. We could get a little bit of a dance around this thing, and then we might get that flag to blow for us. And that's going to send us through that resistance area. And if we zoom out, we're going to see we've got a target here of around about 30 that I'm looking at for AVAX. So baby steps, let's get through this resistance first. But if we do, then I think we are pretty good for this 30 region on AVAX. So how do we deal with this? Well, take a look here. If this starts falling over, you want to identify areas where you may or may not get a reaction. So what I've done for you here is at 20.8 is a nice horizontal and 382 bounce area for you. We do have trend and horizontal here at 19.9, and then your last ditch attempt, and I think AVAX will be falling over by then. We're going pretty deep then if we hit that 618. That is below that other support level. Let's just confirm. Let's confirm this level. 18.5. That is below our support. That is deep and dark down here. So that's not going to be a nice pullback area. So the scalpers, you don't really want to dip much lower than the, say, 21 region at this 382 and horizontal. So keep your eyes on this flag. Maybe bang out some 15-minute candles and dial in even more. But you can see what's going on here. And in these bull markets, when things are looking bullish, they're called bull flags, and they tend to break up more often than they break down. Okay, we've got somebody asking for thoughts. Tuds asking for thoughts on GRT. Yes, it's one of the AI coins, I think. Smash the guys, let's go. Carver charts, nice. BNB. Are you shorting BNB? Orvi shorting BNB? We can look at that. We can look at some BNB. Let's just tackle the ones that are hot right now. Solana. Let's see where we are with Sol. This is the weekly. Again, no reason why, if BTC behaves itself, that Sol's not going to go up to the 75 level. So, yeah, I like the look of that. I like a final push. Is that going to be the final push and then the entire market falls over? I think that would be a nice sign. Sol pumping to 75 and then this massive massive sell-off and complete destruction. So I've got my eyes on something like that, and then a proper flush out coming. We'll see how deep that goes, but if Sol does reach that high, we're going to be pretty euphoric by the time it gets there. So we must just check ourselves and make sure we are not overdoing things if it does get that high. This is Sol on the 1 hour that I've put together, and you can see what I've identified here. We had a nice horizontal. We had a nice 382 pull here, and we are now reacting on this 382. So downside for me, if we lose this area, is this trend and 618. And you can see this region here does make a bit of sense, 618 and trend. So that is your 58 to 58.5 level. So if Sol doesn't bounce here, we are looking at a potential long down here at this 58 region. If we start losing that 58 region, things are turning very bearish, and we are going south. So just be aware of that one. And then if we look at the weekly chart again, this 618 is sitting here at around about this 57, 58 region on this weekly pool over here. So you don't really want to go much deeper than that on the weekly. So just again, be careful here. This is currently a reaction zone, horizontal 382. One more dip lower, you got trend, horizontal 618 for a potential scalp up there. But once you lose that trend, things are looking a bit tired. So just play it safe out there. We got questions for 𝗕𝗏𝗊. Do we still trade 𝗕𝗏𝗊? We must actually do a recap. I haven't looked at 𝗕𝗏𝗊 in a week or two. XRP, Mike, I saw XRP was bouncing on the 382 earlier. It did fall over. There was a nice short given in the 𝗦𝗵𝗆 last night on XRP, and I think it has pinged its TP. Parkers is asking about Sidus again. Doge, we need to look at that. I agree. Okay, FTM breaking out. Well, this is good timing. Let's take a look. Here's FTM for you guys. And this is FTM on the daily. So this is my daily view on what we're doing here, FTM. And you can see this is a nice horizontal. And again, we've popped through this area. So this is a good start. Resistance zone for us. We need to be careful when we get up here. So 0.39 to 0.4 is a hot area. If you're still long at 0.39, 0.4, you need to just be careful there. So is that going to tie in with a potential market sell-off? So we need to just keep our eyes on these things. Once these altcoins start banging on these big areas, that might be a sign for us to start jumping ship and playing it safe. Okay, so support on this daily for Phantom. 0.35 is an area of interest here. So I have set an alarm here. So the 𝗦𝗵𝗆 guys, there is an alarm. So if it does pull back, you will be pinged in the alarm section there, and you will be told that FTM is now hitting this hot zone, and that's a pullback area potentially for FTM. So still bullish if we get that pullback. I think we're okay. If we start dipping lower, we're going to have to see where BTC wants to go and where BTC wants to send us. So right now, pullback levels 0.35, 0.32. So eyes on those. Let's dial in. Dynaway says, remember to take profits, guys, especially the leverage traders out there. If you are not taking profits, you're going to just put it back. You're taking it out and you're putting it back. If you win a trade, you close a trade, put something out, take something out, buy some other shit coins, invest it, do whatever, but don't throw it back into another leverage trade immediately. You need to be careful out there. If you get a winner, just take a break, sit back, and enjoy the feeling of nailing a trade. Okay, here's Phantom on the 1 hour. Again, built a little flag for you guys, something nice to watch. And we've got this trend pushing up. As you can see, we've got a trend on the way up, and Phantom is now sitting in a little flag. So there's a potential something brewing here for Phantom. What I do suggest again is we just track these flags. Okay, we want to look for a little bit of up down, and then maybe we get that push higher. And if you are trying to collect little buys off the bottom of these flags, little bits, and it does eventually break up, then you are ahead of the game with your trade. And if it does break up and retest, you can always add and then send it higher. Now, with something like this, it's been in a quite a steep uptrend. So just remember, if it starts losing the steep uptrend, things are going to turn quite bearish. So eyes on this trend. If we start dipping lower, we start looking sad. Okay, reaction zones where you could maybe get a bounce. So say you are stuck in a long or whatever the story is, and you might get a bounce over there to relieve yourself a little bit, and then look for these bounces again on the way down. So you might see something along those lines. So again, play this flag, play it carefully, let it pop, let it retest, get a nice entry. But if you start dipping out of these trends, then things start looking a bit sad, and then we need to zoom out again. Okay, when things are super bullish, it's easy. We dial into the 1 hour, the 15 minutes, and we start looking at all these cool areas and these little breakouts and things. But when things start turning a bit sad, we need to just start dialing out again and just regroup and see where we're going to end up. And then we can always start building our longs again once the bear vibes are over. Okay, so right now we are still bullish here. We are in an upward trend on this phantom. Away wants to know, is Sol good for a long? Let's take a look. It's sitting on the 382 away. So yeah, what I suggest, this is a bounce area. Okay, tied into where BTC is. It is a potential bounce zone. You can see it's a nice area, horizontal supports. I do prefer this trend. If you see this trend over here, we've got this rising trend and a 618 tied in with horizontal. So I do prefer this 58 region for me. But again, if we lose that, look out for the flush out. But if we lose that, we're heading lower on Sol. Then it's another story. Synverse. What is that? We got the most long position in multiple time frames. Audi, guys, we need to do some Audis as well. Okay, let's push on to FTM. We've done AVAX. We've done Rune. We've done Render. We've done. I think we've done it. Let's look at Fetch. Okay, here's Fetch. This was a good one. Classic 382 reaction zone bounce for Fetch. We were talking about this one earlier. I was saying just track the trend lower and look for reaction zones. And this was a 382 coming into play for Fetch. So yesterday we had that break, we had that retest, and Fetch sent itself all the way up there. Then what happens? It turns over and it starts trending down, and you can just track a trend. Once you have a trend developed, you just track it down, and then you look for reactions in high impact zones. And this was the most obvious area because it was horizontal and 382, a good area for me, and dipped into there. And what did it do? It popped off. And now whoever longed that region is now cooking. It's now broken trend and retesting. Let's just get our heads around what's going on here. Okay, so we're just going to look again for support areas. These are two very long candles, so just be careful here. Okay, so here is a horizontal region that could be of interest. So if this is a retest and the retest is going to hold, you want to typically see it hold 0.43. So you don't really want to dip too much lower than that, but this would be a nice look for Fetch. So we've had a nice pump. Don't assume now it's just perma up. Let it breathe, let it come back down. And if there's a nice little retest here in this region, 0.42, 429, 43, then we should be okay, and Fetch should be moving. Anyone who was long off this 382, I would raise stops now and just de-risk a little bit. This trade is now underway. Cryptic says, like the smash, guys. Okay, we need to check this poll. Bruce and Dave are here, waiting patiently. I know Bruce is eyeing a potential MATIC setup. Let's get these guys in here quickly. I want to talk about this poll.
Good morning.
Bruce, you might have. There's an echo there. You might have to mute your screen there.
There's an echo there. You might have to mute your screen there.
Keep hearing myself there. Okay, Dave and Bruce, welcome to the party. Dave, you long sand, bro?
Yeah, just came into this trend line here. Seems like it's holding, and I think Bitcoin's going to go up from here.
Nice. Let's look at this poll quickly. Bruce, are you sorted there with your sound? Okay, Bruce,
okay.
There you are.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you?
What's
our poll looking like there?
So swing traders and investors is 58%, day traders 23%, and bro 15-minute candles, send these onces 19%.
Only 19% 15-minute candles. I thought there was more degen in here. So what was the top one again?
The top one was swing trader and investor is 58%.
58%. Okay, civilized.
Yep, 60%.
Civilized.
Yep.
Civilized. Okay, nice guys, but don't be shy. You can admit if you're trading 15-minute candles. I don't mind if you admit it. You can tell us here. This is a safe space. We like it when the market's pumping. We like it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Dave, do you want to show us this the sand trade? Are there any entries here on sand left, or has that horse bolted here for us?
No, I think Bitcoin is having a little bit of a sell, but yeah, I think it's still in the entry area. So I can show you guys here. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Oh, you guys can see my screen. Cool. Yeah, so I had this trend line that I've been eyeing for quite a bit here. This was last week, that crazy dump, and have some touches. And then I had drawn this out yesterday and had shown everybody on the Zoom yesterday for the Sniper Club. But yeah, this morning I had an alert that went off. Was waiting for the reaction. You look at the lower, 7-minute time frame here. You can see there was two touches here, and my entry is basically right here. So if we look at the 1 hour time frame, you can see it's bottomed out on the RSIs, and there's a couple other higher time frames here. Yeah, the 8 and the 12 hour look pretty good. But a couple of things I'm noticing on sand. Obviously I'm bullish on sand just because it's a gaming token. But you can see that the moving average is holding very nicely as support. So if we go back here, you can see it's been holding it as support. So if we lose this trend, I would say a good stop loss could be 2.5%. If you use lower leverage, you could probably bring it down to the 382, which is right here. You can see that if we zoom in closely, the 382, it literally tapped it and then went back up. I mean, that was essentially like a swing failure pattern from that wick. It was a 10%, 12% move. So, if you're using small leverage, which I do recommend, I always recommend small leverage, especially for new traders. You could have a wider stop, 3.72%, 3x leverage. If you get stopped out, then you're looking at a very, very small loss. But if we get stopped out here, the next area that I would like to potentially long is the moving average here. So there's a couple of things that are falling into place, the moving average and then the 618. So if we get stopped out, just like what Sheldon says, we'll get a better entry at lower levels here. And I expect some kind of reaction in this area here. So that's what I have for sand. And
Tom says, please quit the music. Tom, we love the music. This is part of our trading music. It's important. This music is mixed by Dave as well, Tom. Guys, let us know. Are we still good with the music, or must David remix us something? Must he make us something new? Are we still happy with it? Because I love it. It's very relaxing, especially when the market's dumping. It keeps me relaxed.
Yes.
I enjoy it.
It makes me bounce in my chair.
I was working on some stuff this past weekend, but I'll hopefully I can kind of put together some cool ideas. Have a rough draft for you.
Yeah,
we need variation. I think we need more. Crypto Jack likes it. There's some good responses. Yeah, guys, we love that. We love our trading music. I know there's a couple of guys there. They watch it on 2x. It's not their best, but it's a bit of a vibe. We like the vibe. Yeah. Michelle likes it too. Okay, Bruce, what have you? Can we have a look at this MATIC setup potentially? What's going on with MATIC?
Yeah. So
I'm adding your screen.
There we go. So MATIC has had a nice little pump on up. I'm on the 4 hour right now, zooming a little bit and a bit. Basically pinged up over here, basically broke this level right over there. Retesting it, so it's an SR flip. There's a temporary trend line I've got going there that intersects that level. And I can tell you right now that trade that I was going to give you is probably not going to work. because Bitcoin's dumping and MATIC is going along for the ride. But right now, if Bitcoin were looking at all bullish in the short term, I'd be entering this MATIC trade for a long, literally right now. It's right on that trend line and at a pretty strong horizontal level. So we can watch for a little bit and see if Bitcoin decides to hold here or that it's going to come further.
I think, let's just be patient. I like BTC. It's dropping nicely now into the 618 and trend. So let's pull up BTC for you guys. Let's take a look.
I was going to say that if we lose this level, then the 618, that trend line right there, is even better target. So
here's
Bitcoin. Yep.
So this is what we're looking for. So we wanted to just settle down nicely into this trend and horizontal. Got a special guest here. Hold on. Pull up the special guest.
Hey!
Is Mark coming down again?
Yeah, we're looking for a bounce. Yeah, I'm going to take a long 618.
XRP is dropping, huh?
Everything's dropping a bit.
Everything's dropping.
Oh my God, this is phenomenal. Now we're going to get some good buys. Oh, that's good.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Somebody shorted XRP last night. He's quite happy. He's quite happy with himself. Quite happy with himself.
Some guy.
He's happy with himself. He's happy with himself.
Okay, cool. Guys, the dump, they're scary, but this is next setups for us, next entries for us. Be patient. Don't FOMO too much. Let's allow this to happen. I had a feling this was going to be a fake out. Let's see.
Yeah, we're still gonna bounce here. We're still gonna get a bounce. We're still gonna bounce. Okay. We're gonna. Okay, later, bro. Let's look at this BTC. So for me, I'm probably gonna try a long here. BTC at the 618 and horizontal and trend. It's a nice juicy zone for me. I did drop that idea in the sniper club there for the guys. So call it 35,800 to 36K. I'll probably have a crack at a long. And then your stop areas, if we do get that opportunity, you're looking at something along these lines with BTC. You want to stop out pretty much maybe under that 786. So let's see where that 786 is. So you want to stop out sort of under that region. So your stop would be about 35,220. So it's about a 1.8% stop on BTC. And then we'll see where it takes us. But yeah, I'm going to jump in there. And have a crack at that one.
Nice.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the charts from the crowd here, guys. Let us drop some charts in the chats. Yeah, 𝗕𝗏's a nice one. We can do 𝗕𝗏. I want some degen stuff, please, as well. We want to look at these. We got to cater for the 13% that lied. Only the 13% trade, or what was it? 70% trading 15-minute candles. Okay, DYDX I've got in front of me that Shabs wants to see. This is right here in front of me right now. Let's see. So nice reaction off our first reaction zone. Here we are. So 3.73. This is a potential bounce area. We need to now tie it in with where BTC is going. So you can see it's reacting now at this area. So this was the first reaction zone that I was looking for on pullbacks. And then one more reaction zone for you. If we do lose this level, we're gonna ride this DYDX down and we're gonna watch where BTC settles. And 3.23 looks like a nice area to me for a next reaction area. Okay, so let's keep our eyes on those two levels on DYDX. Chaos says I must chart something called 𝗕𝗁, whatever the hell this thing is. Okay,
privacy point. That's broken.
Shabs, no problem. Okay, let's do an honorary. Let's do Doge, but I actually want to do a show. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. That we just do meme coins. And
yeah, really it'll be fun. It's Friday, right?
Yeah, sounds like a good day for a meme coin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Throw some grok in there.
Yeah, we're gonna do grok, we're gonna do bonk, we're gonna do pay. Guys, tell me in the chats what's going on here. Was there some kind of Elon move or what happened here? Because I see Doge is pumped, but there's been a mega rejection. Look, the area was obvious where it was going to reject. We did identify these zones here. Okay, so these were rejection areas. You can see in these major areas here. But now, it needs to hold this level now. I want to see it hold today's low. 0.076 is support for me for Doge. I want to see that that low of the candle hold and push back up to this range high. So that's a big sell-off though. Guys, let us know in the chats what's going on. I'm sure there's some Doge army here that can tell us what the story is there. Was there a news event or something on Doge? And Tomaroni wants a bounce area for Link. It was Sheldon taking his profits, says anything I don't care YouTube. I'm assuming that you called yourself that when they wanted a name, and you wrote anything I don't care YouTube. Okay, so Doge right now, it needs to bounce here, 0.0768. This is its bounce area. Otherwise, I think we are going to start drifting down, and we're looking at 0.072 for your next potential area of interest. So yeah, we need somebody to light a cracker under this Doge. Somebody said Elon was walking with his dog, spending money for dog candy. I suspect that is not correct. 4 hour more downtime, says Jeff. He wants more downtime. Okay, I've got multiple requests for Audi, guys. Let's take a look at this Audi thing. Which is the best exchange for this thing? Oh, here we go. Okay, okay, so this thing is moving. Let's dial in a little bit. Okay, so we're looking for some horizontals. We just want to see some support zones and areas of interest for us, in case we can get an entry here. I'm going to take a fib from that low. Oh, there's nice. Okay, that's a nice little region there. Okay, there is a support zone for us. That's interesting. Okay, so not much to work with here. Let's dial in a bit more. Okay, so you typically just want to buy these horizontal retests, especially when these things are super bullish like this. So there is a nice 382 support and horizontal tied into 23.8. So that isn't a bad zone for me for Audi. And then if we start dipping lower, you're pretty much looking at this move to the range low, this 18.4. So I would watch this area. Okay, I would watch this horizontal and this 382. Let's see if we get something along those lines. Some kind of bounce there on Audi. It is looking pretty bullish, this thing. If we do lose that, don't be surprised if it starts drifting lower and you start looking at things like 18 and those type of things. Alts to hold until 2025. Are you suggesting some, or are you asking me to give you some? Paddy the Pirate. Sol is the easiest 10x in crypto. Follow him on Twitter. Paddy the Pirate. He knows his stuff. He's been calling Sol since it was $10 or $12. That's something you need to hold. I know Bruce has got bags and bags, like literally his arms get sore. He's got so many bags of Sol. So yeah, that is it's definitely something that the people like. I know Uncle Run likes Sol a lot as well. So yeah, it's definitely something, and maybe some Sol ecosystem tokens you need to get your hands on as well. Yeah. Degen Viking just called me uncle. Should I be offended?
Hey, I call you uncle, so it's okay.
There was a guy in the chats just now. He said boomers playing music, trying to sound cool for the young 50-minute channels. Bro. Yeah. Oh dear. You know what? It's good. We like 15-minute candles, and are we boomers? Is it that bad? Well,
I don't know about Dave, but you and I, baby.
Okay, let's go with there's Filecoin. That was a good one. I saw a nice one here that I wanted to do for you guys. I'm just going through the list here quickly, guys. TIA, is that worth it? TIA, shall we look at this TIA? TIA and APE. Okay, yeah, so I looked at this yesterday. Celestia, let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's in our zone. Okay, so this is it. If it's going to fall over, this is its moment. If it's going to bounce, this is its moment. Okay, so we identified this area yesterday. Looks a little bit sad with this little rounded this rounded top over here. But this is a potential bounce zone right now. So let's see what we get here. Horizontal, 382 trend. Let's see if we've got some 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗀 talking to us. Let's take a look here. Okay, so Lux has printed its first X based on a short that it printed earlier. So that was yesterday. So it printed a short over here. It said it's coming down. Now it's printed its first X. It's getting a little bit tired. It's interesting to me. This is a horizontal 382 and trend area. So it is quite a hot area. And Lux has pointed an X. Let's confirm. Let's confirm that our settings are right. Yeah, they are right. Okay, let's look on the 15 minutes. And we've got 2 X's on the 15 minutes. So Lux is telling us there's a potential bounce coming here, and it's potentially tying into this hot zone now. Okay, so we are getting our reaction there. Okay, so what do I like about it? I like the fact that it's in a hot zone. What I don't like about it, it's looking a little bit tired. It's a tricky one. If you want to be long, safe play here. Look for supports under these candles. Look for exits under these candles. If this thing starts dripping, it's going to just start drifting down. And then you bear vibes. We lose this trend, this thing starts coming down. So yeah, this is super tight stop country. This is 15-minute stuff. Guys, just make sure risk management, don't go too big, small positions, big moves, those type of things. Be careful out there, but it is a hot zone. Exit under the candle. It's very simple. If you lose this 15-minute candle, jump out. So if you lose 5.51, just get out. Let it do its thing, and we can try and pick up a buy lower down. We can pick up some new areas tomorrow if that doesn't hold. CRX is Uncle Dylan all day long. Come on, guys.
I think that's going to stick.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Dustin says render's headed back up. Okay, well, guys, remember. Wow. Okay, I did have a little DJ. Look at this. Look at this. I prepped this for you guys, and I don't think we even got to this. Okay, look at the science in play here. What is this? Another 618. Okay. 618 bounce, horizontal, 618, and off she goes. Okay, guys, this is why the scalping stuff works. When things are super bullish, we got to dial in and we look for these type of things. So when you're feeling bearish, identify where your 618 is. Is it tying in with horizontals? Is it tying in with fibs? Those type of things. If you get a checklist of 2 or 3 of these items lining up together, then you are potentially going to get a move. So that's exactly what it did. Drifted lower onto a 618 and horizontal, and you got your reaction. Raz says he's still waiting on 𝗕𝗏𝗄. You're going to wait no longer. Wait no longer, Raz. Let's do this. Okay, so this was an 𝗕𝗏𝗄 trade we gave on our signals. This was one of our first signals we ever sent out. So it has hit the TP. It's hit the 618 as the TP zone. This is the daily. Okay, so 618 was hit. Let's just break this down and see what's going on here. Shorter term double top in play. Okay, let's clean this up for you. So this zone is currently resistance. So just be careful up here. This is that 618 we're talking about, this 0.0644. That's a danger zone at the moment. Looks like it's potentially going to roll over. You're seeing a lot of guys starting to talk about shorts and things like that as well. So just exercise caution. Okay, trend. Retest. 1 hour. Okay. Horizontals. Is this the scalper's dream? Scalper's dream. 382 bounce. guys, don't tell me the science doesn't work, eh?
Yeah.
382 and trend bounce, 382 trend reaction on H-bar. So yeah, scalpers, there's a potential setup brewing right here for you. You can see there's a reaction here. So trend break, retest, little reaction on the fib. And what I like about these things, these reaction zones, if you identify these reaction zones and you know they're working, you get your little bounce and you can de-risk quite quickly. Once they start moving, you can start lifting your stop up and just planning your risk there, or managing your risk a little bit. So they are nice hot zones for me. No, bro. Somebody just called me Grandpa Dylan. No, it's done. It's done. I'm ended. No. I'm ended. No. You're ending me here.
It's over. It's over.
You guys are ending me. Okay, let's see. ICP he wanted. He called me Grandpa, and I'm still looking at his token, bro.
You can call me Grandpa, not Dylan. Dylan's uncle.
Okay, we got a resistance area here that's notable to me. That's why I've shifted this thing up. Let's see this here. Okay. Okay, horizontals, pay attention where it is right now, and then 4.16 and ICP. You want to see it hold this region right now. This is your area, okay? You want to see it hold this area there, 4.4. That sort of level you want it to hold now, and then it might start pushing up for you. If we lose that 4.4, I would say your next reasonable area is 4.16. That's the type of area you're looking at. Jeez, Kenneth, bro. Okay, he says stop bullying baby Dill. Jeez, guys, it's going well today. Who wants some Ethereum? Does anyone want to update on ETH? I prepped this whole ETH chart for you. Guys, let me know. I mean, it's like a stable coin these days, this ETH situation. Does anyone here actually trade ETH, or do we just look at it as a stable coin? So, yeah, I mean, I've got it ready. If you want to see some ETH, some Ethereum, we can talk about it. Peter says no, not his thing. Oh yes, Suzanne, David actually mentioned SNX earlier. Dave, do you have a chart on SNX for us?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, that thing's pumping. So guys, let's look at our likeage here. Bruce, how many likes do we have?
We are at 488.
Okay, guys, 600 likes. Dave's gonna bang out SNX. He actually told me about it before the show, and that thing's gonna pump. 600 likes, fire it up, let's go. And we're going to get SNX. I'm going to give you guys ETH in the meantime with a 618 bounce on ETH. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
These altcoins,
and I got 𝗏𝗏𝗏 if people are interested. They got asked earlier.
Nakamoto.
541.
Yes, okay, guys, this is an interesting one on ETH. This is the zoomed in version. Okay, little reaction here. Horizontal, 618. Okay, we do have a reaction here, 1994, that sort of area. It's not looking great though. Lower highs all day long. You know, are we in now an official downtrend? Are they just going to start doing this? Okay, that is something to be aware of. Okay, just keep your eyes on this for ETH, but right now it is holding 2000. So 618 reaction and things like that at 2000. Jono says he was looking at SNX himself. Okay, let's zoom out on ETH. What's our likeage there, Bruce? How are we doing?
573.
Guys, 27 likes. 27 likes. Okay, ETH 2-day. Looking a bit tired. You can see we are in this downtrend now on ETH. So eyes on this. ETH is in a downtrend, and we need to actually break higher to turn super bullish again. So it pumped up, it's in this downtrend. So we're going to watch this now. Supports for ETH 1937, 1900, and then a nice dip. Oh, this could be nice. This could be very nice. 1760. Maybe that's the type of thing you want to limit order for later. You have it 1760. We got the 200-day MA, the 50-day MA, the 200-week, the 618, the horizontal. 1760 is a hot buy zone. Have a sneaky limit order there for ETH in the dead of the night. When the market's falling over and you sleeping, it's going to grab it for you in that area. Okay, so 1760 is your number. Maybe make it 1761 just for fun to make sure. And then you will get it. How's our likeage there, Bruce?
Blew right through it, 640.
Okay, well done, guys. You've earned yourself an SNX setup. Just a reminder, we have got this guess the price of BTC for the end of the year. Use any of our trading links, the Banter links. If you don't have one, grab one in the description. OKX, CoinW, BitGet, Bybit, and you can guess the price of Bitcoin. If you do 10 trades before January the 1st, you can win a full Bitcoin. Okay, so using the link to guess the price, you get half a Bitcoin as a prize if you get the price right. And it's a full Bitcoin if you do 10 trades. And look, we're getting a consistent flow here. It's generally bulls. I've seen the odd 20,000. I see King Louis Lee says 26,000. So he's a bit bearish. I'm still want to be in the 40s for December. What are you guys thinking? Bruce, Dave?
I'm thinking 40s. I did. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you literally said the same thing I was going to say, like in the 40s. I mean, I think the dump will happen after December, but for sure, 40.
Yeah.
I like the 40. We might get surprised. They might send us straight to 50. But
cool.
We'll see. We've had a December where things pumped like crazy. So yeah, there's interesting. Percy's in the 30s. Mask Pollution is 41,996. That's an interesting name. 1000 GBP says $1 million.
$1 billion.
Looks like $1 million. Well, you never know. Maybe we bang it. Maybe somebody buys the top, and that gets marked in TradingView. So, guys, get a trading link in the description. It's over there. Guess the price of BTC. And good luck. Good luck out there. Right. So you guys earned your right to an SNX setup. Dave, fire it up.
All right. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. So what's interesting about SNX is that we've been in this triangle for a long time, and we just broke the triangle on the 12-hour time frame. If you have Lux Algo, we are pretty much eating through this order block. On the 8-hour time frame, let's see, is it the daily? I thought I saw a different order block there, but regardless, we broke the triangle. So typically there's a retest and then higher targets, I would say, is at least at the top here. So from where we're at, even a spot buy, we're looking at like a 40% move. So on the shorter time frames, how do you do this? So I've noticed that there's a trend line here. This is the top of that triangle that I just showed you as we zoomed out. So essentially you take a fib from the bottom to the top. And yeah, I think it was at 236. Yeah, here we go. So right now we're testing the 236. We're in this trend. It seems like an entry, but it'd be nice to get a wick.
An entry, Dave. Give us an entry.
Man,
wow, I hear the confidence there.
This might be the entry, honestly.
If you don't like the entry, we don't take the entry. If you like the entry, we take the entry.
Yeah, at the bottom of the Keltner channels, I was watching it last night. The thing pumped like 10%, and we had a 10% retrace. This is a wild child token. As far as leverage, this is a little bit risky, but I think the 236 could be the potential entry here with a stop loss below this wick if you want at 3.01.
What is that percent? How big is that?
Yeah, like 3. Yeah, from where we're at, it's like a 3.5. So
it's a deep one. You got to have conviction on this puppy, guys.
Yeah, but if you have a 3x leverage, I think that's safe because that's only like 10%. But on the upside, 3 times 18. You're looking at a 60% move. But yeah, my eyes are on it. I'm not in the trade. Just kind of seeing what Bitcoin's doing here. If we kind of bottom out on Bitcoin, I think I'm going to take it.
If we take a trade, guys, or if we like a setup, we drop it in the Sniper Club. So that's how you get access to these things. If you want, we drop ideas and thoughts for the day. I mean, I've dropped about 25 thoughts and charts into the Sniper Club today. Dave and Bruce are in the Sniper Club all day, US time. They are there looking after you guys. We also do live sessions and all sorts of things there in the Sniper Club. So they will help you in there. And you can find all these setups in the Sniper Club, including mine and Sheldon's.
Yep. It was so fun yesterday. Dave and I, after Sheldon and you guys were on, Dave and I sat in live with the Sniper Club for 3 hours, just going over charts and answering questions. It was pretty fun. Pretty amazing day.
That was quite the run.
Nice. That's nice. Yep. Okay, let's get our Tao quickly. We've had a question for 𝗕𝗏𝗏, or whatever it's called. Let's get this going quickly. We've looked at this chart before. Okay. Right. Let's, how do we deal with this thing? This is the 1 hour. So let's get our heads around this. I'm just looking for supports. I want to see areas of interest where we could possibly get an entry. If it's going to stay bullish, you want to see, this looks very similar to another token I was charting, this type of thing, this high and then the lower, this thing. I've seen this now on one of the ones I was looking at today. Okay. It's, okay, you're looking for these support regions. Yeah, I wouldn't enter it where it is right now. I think I would be very cautious here. You want to track horizontals. You want to track your 618. You want them to tie in. We don't have much tie in here on the 618. There's a little action that side. Look, I'd look at this horizontal buy for me. So if it does dip lower, look at this region. So let it come down. Let's see what type of reaction you get there. You're probably going to have a trend at that point. So let's see how we go. You track that trend down. It's pretty simple. If it does start moving earlier, then you've got that play. As your backup. So look out for these buys here. These are normally the aggressive buys. If you want to be scalping and stuff, these are the aggressive entries, the ones where they pull back onto these horizontals, and then you get these moves up to the trend. You look for that break, you look for that retest, and then you get that secondary move that you can play with. Let's just take a look at this thing on the bigger picture and just see what's going on. Daily. Okay, so do we know what this thing is? Is this was this Simon's token? I think this was Simon's token that he mentioned.
Yes, I do remember him talking about that.
Okay, and there's a nice support zone for you. Bigger picture. So guys, on the daily picture, 125. So that's BTC shits the bed basically, and it falls over. This is where you start looking. 125, 126. That's your area where you need to be. Okay, guys, Bruce and Dave are in the Sniper Club. They're available there every day. So are me, Sheldon, Mama Sniper's in there, Craig's in there, OG Craig, OG Jay's in there. It's all going on in there. Dave and Bruce, thanks. You guys can catch them in the Sniper Club. Guys, thank you. That was good. Remember, we can't be permanently up. I do like the look of some of these altcoins still. Render, Sol, Rune. I think there's some action still left in them. Again, always keep 1 eye on BTC. We want to see BTC hold that area that we were talking about earlier. We want that rising trend and that 618 to hold for us. That should unlock some of these altcoins. Always keep 1 eye on dominance, 1 eye on BTC, and just risk management. Look at good areas. If you are scalping these 15 minutes, these 1 hours, just play it safe. Don't overtrade. Don't take 10 trades of the same coin in the same area. Just have a couple, then sit it out, take a break, and don't overtrade, because remember, we get swings and roundabouts. So when things are turning south, just step out a little bit. When things are looking good again, then you dive in. So just play it safe out there, guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.